So I've had my Fimi Palm a couple of days and I've used it loads and I think it's a great little product. Don't worry, I'll be doing a review video very soon, but I just wanted to get out some quick tips. So I've got 5 tips for you for when you start using your Fimi Palm, just to give you a more seamless and better experience using your Fimi Palm. First one is to do with the SD card. You can see we've got the SD card here and it's a nightmare to get in and out. I can get it out quite easily, but if I try and put it back in, even if I push it right in, I can't get it in whatsoever. So using a micro SD card adapter is much easier. If you've got a micro SD, you've got one of these lying about somewhere, all you have to do is take the flat side here and just push it in like so. And you can also do it to remove the micro SD card. And that's tip 1. I was initially quite skeptical of this protector. I wasn't sure it'd be very good, but using it for a couple of days, I'm quite happy with it and I've grown more confident in it. However, the Fimi Palm really is designed to go in your pocket. And while you could put this in your pocket, it's likely to get scratched up. It doesn't come with a case like the DJI Osmo, unfortunately, so you can do a variety of things. Most likely you're going to have one of these lying about, and this is just a small power bank. This one's by Anker. The power bank comes with a case. You don't really need the case for the power bank. It doesn't matter if this gets scratched up, so it doesn't really need a case. However, the case is quite good for fitting the Fimi Palm in. You can see in this instance, it's a very tight fit, but we can get the Fimi Palm in, protecting the key bit, which is the screen and the body, quite well. So I would quite happily put that in my pocket, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get any scuffs or scratches or marks from keys, and it just gives that little bit of extra protection. Of course, there's probably many things around your house that you could easily repurpose. This is just a cloth bag. It is a little bit dusty, and before using it full time, I would need to give it a clean. But I could easily put my Fimi Palm in this, and then that would protect it in my pocket. Key thing is to put the Fimi Palm in gimbal side down to give it maximum protection. So tip 3, at the bottom we've got our USB-C. Now the USB-C can be used for charging and it can be used with an audio adapter. So I have here a USB-C to 3.5mm jack. Now you would think plugging this in that you could now plug in an external microphone and it would work. Well, unfortunately, using a generic USB-C to 3.5mm jack will not work. So you need the official one, and that's either the base plate one or the official Fimi Palm one. So whatever you do, don't bother buying a generic USB adapter because it will not work, as I've found out. Now the Fimi Palm has a time-lapse feature, and it's very good because you can get motion time lapses. So you might want to mount your Fimi Palm onto a tripod. However, we have a problem with the Fimi Palm because you can see here, the only place we can mount it without buying another accessory is on the back here. So we can add a tripod quite easily. If we add this small tripod to the Fimi Palm, when we turn it on, it's going to be in flashlight mode only. So we can move the gimbal up and down like so. But we can't move the gimbal side by side because it doesn't work like that in flashlight mode. Even if we have it at an angle of 45 degrees, you still can't move the camera from side to side. So we can use something like this, which is a selfie stick, but it's a selfie stick with a ball head on the end. Now, if we use a ball head that can turn 90 degrees, we can mount the Fimi Palm in the upright position on a tripod. So if I turn the Fimi Palm on, you'll see I can move the camera head left and right, whereas I couldn't when it's in that flashlight mode. Now I'm not sure how comfortable you're going to be having your Fimi Palm essentially on a selfie stick with a tripod mount at the bottom, so there are other things you can do. Now this is a full-size tripod and I've attached the plate here to the Fimi Palm. Now unfortunately, it will obstruct the Fimi Palm's camera moving around, which isn't good. You can see it's actually pointing up at the moment because it had a few collisions when I turned it on. And you can see when I've turned it off, it's crashed into it again. So we don't want to use a big plate like this, simply because it's going to impair the functionality of the camera and potentially it could damage it as well. So you can see it's too big, and when I unscrew it and take it off, it's hitting the gimbal head. So you've probably got some of these adapters lying about, especially if you're a photographer. So this is just a small ball head. This will work, and I'll show you what to do with it in a moment. Something like this would work as well. Ideally, we just want something that gives a little bit of distance between the Fimi Palm and the tripod base plate. And also these will work, and I'll show you how each one will work in a moment. This is just a collection of little bits and bobs that I bought from Amazon. They're very, very useful for standard photography, and they'll be very useful for using with the Fimi Palm. So you can see this small ball head has a 1/4 inch thread here. So all I have to do is I just have to attach it like so to the tripod plate, make sure it's tight, and then I can put the Fimi Palm on like so. So if I tip this bag out, you can see we've got this little adapter. This is really used for light stands, but it's got threads on either side. Unfortunately, this has got a 1/4 inch and this has got a 3/4 inch. However, it's not going to be a problem because it comes with an adapter. Connector, so I could just connect this in like so, and now I can connect my Fimi Palm. So again, I'm moving it away from the base plate and allowing the head to move round. Now don't worry that it's the other way round, don't worry that it's facing the tripod head and you're getting an obscured view, because tip number 5 is if I press this button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, the head will turn round like so. And if I press it twice, the head recenters. Now, of course, you can get a product that actually does this. It's a Fimi Palm mobile phone holder, and you can see that here. And that allows you to mount a mobile phone to the Fimi Palm, and it has a tripod socket on the bottom. You might already have things like this and these items lying about, and you might already have a suitable tripod. So rather than going out and buying an additional product and having to wait for it to be delivered, you might just want to adapt what you already have. I hope you found those tips useful.